Only Slightly Empty, the new album from White Reaper, is catchy, riffy, and beyond awesome. Could it be a contender for Best Rock Album of the Year? Let's break it all down on this edition of Rock Album Review. Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the channel. Only Slightly Empty is the fifth studio album from Kentucky's White Reaper. It's the follow-up to 2023's Asking for a Ride. I'm a newer fan of White Reaper. I got into them on Asking for a Ride when it came out back in 2023. I picked up the album on vinyl. It was one of my favorite albums of 2023. And then I went back and listened to their past work as well. I really loved You Deserve Love from 2019. That's a great record as well. And White Reaper quickly became one of my favorite rock bands out there today. And they bring together a lot of different elements of rock that I love. They have a 90s, sometimes a Weezer-ish bent to them, especially in the guitars, but then they also channel 70s rock bands like Kiss and Thin Lizzy, and then even venture into retro 80s and new wave territory. But speaking of Only Slightly Empty, White Reaper has become slightly emptier since the release of their last record. Original members and drummer and bassist twins Nick and Sam Wilkerson left the band in 2024, leaving lead vocalist and guitarist Tony Esposito, Ryan Hayter on keyboards, and Hunter Thompson on guitar and vocals. Before we continue, guys, if you like this review, if you like this channel, make sure to toss me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos and we can rock out together. All right, let's get back to it. And White Reaper is a band that has gotten progressively better with every studio album that they release. They hone their songwriting on every album. They hone their skills further. And with this album, Only Slightly Empty, this firmly cements them as one of the best pop rock bands out there today. This album is stellar. I found myself singing along and just loving every minute of listening to this record. These songs are catchy, they're well written, and firmly covered in guitar parts and solid performances. The album is kick-ass right from the get-go. On the album opener, Coma, it has a huge riff and a huge lead vocal from Tony Esposito, and right from this track, you get the impression that the band is upping their songwriting skills, stepping things up, and this is a great energetic way to start the record. And then from then on, right from track one, it's just banger after banger. The singles Blink and Honestly are already two of my favorite rock tracks of the year. And they're really leaning into that 90s rock sound with melodies that you're going to be singing in no time. Stop blinking, not to stop blinking. And this album continues to prove that 2025 has been an excellent year so far for rock music, with the return of killer guitar tones and epic solos upon us. Freak Show is one of my favorite tracks on the album. It starts out sounding like The Cars before turning into Weezer. Really cool song. Enemy John has a killer harmony guitar solo in it as well. And the last track on the record, Touch, has one of the most epic 80s hair rock solos that we've heard from White Reaper yet. These guys are a great guitar band. I also love the lyric on Touch. You can look back, but you can't touch. It's a melancholy line on an album where there are quite a few melancholy moments on songs like Blue 42, even with all the rocking out going on. It's just such a solid record from front to back. It has melodies and guitars for days. Eraser, Rubber Cement, and Enemy John are all really solid tracks as well, so it sounds like I pretty much liked every track on this record. It's a short listen as well, 10 tracks, clocking in just under 30 minutes, showing that it doesn't have to take a long album with 15 tracks on it to make an impression. This album is quick and it's fun. The only thing I wish is that this album had come out earlier in the year, like before summer, because I can already tell it's a cruise in the car in the sun kind of album. I guess we'll enjoy it over the fall and winter, then ride with the windows down and the sound cranked when the summer comes back next year. And does anybody else agree that this has been a solid year for rock and roll? 2025 has been a great year for rock, even for just bands that I love and listen to. Like in the last little while, we had new records from Biffy Clyro that came out last week, Turnstile, Deftones, Coheed and Cambria, Dinosaur Pileup, Waves, and now White Reaper. This has been a good year for rock. Favorite tracks for me on Only Slightly Empty were Blink, Honestly, Freak Show, Eraser, Blue 42, and Rubber Cement, but I love the whole thing. It's only 10 tracks after all. Only Slightly Empty is White Reaper's best album yet, bouncing back from losing some of their key members with a record that is big on melody, big on guitars, big on everything. It's catchy, it rocks, it has emotion to it. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say this one for me is a 5 out of 5. And that is it, guys. That is my rock album review for the new record from White Reaper called Only Slightly Empty. I really love this album, but it's your turn now. Hop into the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the new record from White Reaper. Make sure to give me a thumbs up and like this video if you like this review, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. But I'll see you guys again for another rock album review here on the channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.